Those of you who live in small towns, what is the current local controversy all about? In my wife's hometown of about 2K people, the roadside produce stand guy is in a feud with the new second produce stand that just opened. The original produce guy trained the new guy for a while, apparently then fired him. Now the fired guy opened his own spite produce stand. They got in a fist fight and now the whole town has taken produce stand sides. The mayor and the only police officer in town are also involved and their wives are fighting. It is truly the dumbest version of Hatfields and McCoys, but no less redneck. Edit, this blew up. I have asked my wife for the screenshots she had. These are what the original guy sent the new stand guy, which he then posted on his FB. What he wrote is 10x better than anything I wrote, I promise. m.inger.com. I love it. Almost Shakespearean to me. Two gentlemen of arugula. Merchant of lettuce. The eccentric millionaire that owned every building in downtown and used them to house his extensive rock collection died like 15 years ago and they still haven't figured out what to do with all the rocks. Tucson holds a gem and mineral festival every year. I'm sure you'd find some buyers there. It's next week. I'm in Tucson, edit, I was a bit early, February 10th, but all the tents are already set up and everything edit again. Nah, it does start next week, Therese, a bunch of different ones. Jogs is the good one, Jan 26, February 6th. I'll see you there, smile. One guy started a home addition without getting the required permitting, then threatened to beat up the mayor when confronted about it. The mayor backed down and let him do it. That spread around town, so others have also threatened the mayor to be able to build shit they shouldn't, so now all the hillbilly types in town are just doing whatever they want with their yards and houses, which is starting to cause problems as they dig and cut various things underground because of course they aren't calling to get surveyed for where all the buried infrastructure is. Edit, change the wording so people wouldn't think the mayor was having people beat him up. In our small English village, someone has managed to knock over one of the speed limit signs at one end of the road. It's a mystery, everyone is trying to guess who did it, what happened. Was it intentional? Except it's not a mystery in our house. It was my sister and she hit it when she swerved out of the way of an oncoming car, narrow country road. We'll keep acting like we are as clueless as everyone else though. I can't believe it worked. We started a thread and made up all these replies and successfully baited you. You'll be receiving your bill from the township in 3 to 5 business days. Nice work, everyone. Handshakes all around, gentlemen. Same time next week to out the culprit who trampled Mrs. Perkins' petunias. They just built a new Verizon in town, but someone started a rumor that it was also going to be a Panera Bread. Someone went as far as to mark it on Google Maps as a Panera, even though the building is clearly a single store with Verizon signage. We currently have a similar situation. Town of 3,700. Old grocery store was leveled and a gas station is being built. Someone started a rumor it was a Sonic. An announcement was made clarifying the new establishment is not Sonic, it's just a gas station mini mart. The town Facebook group is livid. People are now attacking the town government for the loss of Sonic, even though it was never going to be a Sonic. It must be the tater tots. Therese also a pig that keeps getting loose and wandering down the state highway. The owner is convinced someone is letting it out but finding a way to avoid the trail cameras he set up. The pig is just trying to get to the nearest Sonic. A woman on the city council constantly spouts about cleaning up the admittedly horrible drug problem in town and goes on sanctimonious rants on social media about it. Her son is the main dealer in town. He lives in her house. It's not a secret at all and he gets arrested for shit all the time and she gets him off the hook every time. Full disclosure, I don't live there anymore thankfully, but most of my family does. Edit, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it is to thin competition. Although to be perfectly honest the town is only like 1,000 strong and he really doesn't have competition. Mostly because people know his mom can pull a few strings and duck you over or just run you out of town. County scale, the council voted to redistrict based on maps that they made themselves. It was vetoed in favor of one made by an outside firm. They overrode it. Gerrymandering to hell and back. Town scale, they're gonna demo the empty Sears building and I'm trying to find how and when so we can go watch it implode or something. Not controversial, just wild. Very local scale, the 102-year-old pillar of the community died and 2 pastors were fighting over who got to preside over the service. Neither could achieve a victory so they just recited the same prayers after each other. It was weird. Extended family scale, At this funeral I mentioned the guy with the bulldozer who digs the graves and was informed that's my second cousin. I blurted out the only thing I know about him, which is that he owes my parents $400 for double charging them for digging my grandfather's grave. His wife was there. We don't know if she heard me or not. My mom isn't pleased. Lol, the mayor has a personal feud with this one guy that has an emotional support pig while living in the village. Housing farm animals are illegal within the village. Sheep, whether or not to continue allowing a flock of sheep to graze on the town green, with a petting area for lambs. Some think the sheep do a fine job of keeping the grass under control, and fertilized, others want landscaping professionals to do the job. But that's literally what the town green was for. Yeah, isn't that what the Boston Commons was, historically? The common grazing land? Population of 1,000 here. Some of the power got knocked out BC of a raccoon doing some dumb shit on a power line. That happens quite often in my town, except it's snakes and squirrels getting into power line boxes, frying it all. Local pizza place fired all its staff mysteriously last summer and closed for a few weeks. Naturally, rumors fly right away. Turns out the Mormon owner, who liked to parade his family as the paragon of small-town virtue, was having affairs with multiple staff members. The wife kicked him out, fired anyone who knew, and then rehired and trained a bunch of new staff. One of the fired staff members then opens her own pizza place to rave reviews in the nearest town over. Og Pizza Place announces it will close at the end of the year, right after they run a promo for gift cards. People are pissed they only have a few weeks to use the gift cards they just bought, and were planning to give as Christmas presents. After weeks of record sales, Og Pizza Place announces they're staying open after all, and now people are pissed they used up the cards they'd intended to give as gifts. TL, Doctor, one pizza owner is disgraced, his wife kicks him out and takes over, then his mistress opens a competing business. Then a bait switch about closing leads the entire town to be pissed off. Edit, I just got off the phone with my dad and he told me that new pizza place was actually founded by two mistress. I straight up didn't believe him and he sent me the website for the new place. Yep, mistress number 2 is a manager. And their pizza names are all spin-offs of Og Pizza Place. Every town's got that good pizza place drama. So our controversy has been resolved, but the town I grew up in had a beefalo, cow-buffalo crossbreed, escaped from a slaughterhouse. It spent months running wild in the wooded areas around town, living off whatever it could find to eat. I had friends who were out for drives sending me pictures of their beefalo encounters like it was Sasquatch. This went on for months. The story got picked up by a big YouTube channel and went viral. U2.be edit. Thanks everyone for the awards. Didn't expect to wake up to this. Glad you all enjoyed the story. That was a great watch. Glad Buddy is now living out his beefalo dream. They're still trying to figure out who is black. The village has 249 people. On the census everyone reported white except one person who reported biracial or something, and now the demographics show that the town is 7% black. Someone got a 23andMe test. My parents live in a tiny Greek village that has a grand total of 3 families, including my parents, and currently they're trying to rectify the fact that our dog killed our neighbor's chicken. Did the dog go into their yard, or did the chicken wander into your parents'? Neither. Both the chickens and our dog have free-range abilities. No leash laws in rural Crete, and no fences on anybody's properties. Y'all have like decent answers, and in my small UK village it is legit just this person being Villager of the Year for the 7th year in a row. No one likes an overachiever. One guy wanted to open a gas station but the property wasn't zoned for it. The town wouldn't change it for him, so he put toilets on all of his properties and used them as flower planters. The town has tried many different strategies to get rid of them, to the point where they made a law and then tried to enforce it. They got their asses sued off and the toilets still stand. To be fair, he keeps them in great condition and replaces any broken ones after storms. Edit, it was a Dunkin' Donuts, not a gas station. Edit 2, another interesting thing, the local high school mascot is the Steve the Sandstoner, so all of our apparel says Stoner Pride. Link about advice.com. Not a small town, but my sister city has the opposite problem. I wanted to open a taco shop but the property was zoned for a gas station. So dude opens a gas station that also sells tacos but charges at least double the going rate of gas, so he never has to buy or sell gas. Apparently the tacos are pretty good. One day there will be a gas shortage and he'll forget to update his prices and accidentally have the lowest priced gas in town. If he actually has gas in those tanks and isn't selling any, that may turn into a huge problem in the future.